Clive. Quick look. Always something in there.
Clive.
Go on, then. You'll not find a better price than that. I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. Is that all?
Clive. Coin purse weighing you down?
You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Oh, that blasted... It's him, I tell you. First the skies.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen there should
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had?
Vaguely.
I'm afraid so. I fear the soil here does not agree with... However, I believe
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards. With Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether drawn from their environs. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is...
And all you need...
That is correct. A single... As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. Why, a notice concerning this very creature was only recently...
Our time...
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Good to see you. Give the others my regards.
My lord Marquis, it is you. Then I am Sebastian Rutherford.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord, tasked with learning what I am able of the realms, and what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals, the subsequent darkening of the heavens, has only made things worse. The gears of governance have ground to the realm, threatens to drift into... Your lord, uncle, however...
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several
Alas.
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic. The other, the old imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord.
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking up...
Of course. And she's no fool.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So... was it...
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial She's dangerous, Sid. But I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort.
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready to bear it.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bump. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pet.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I surrender. Do with me as...
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue... You know, I always wonder casting your lot with this...
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible. You were always so eager to learn. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger?
I never swore my blade to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore, and she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though.
All right. If you're certain.
I am.
Then I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to...
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her... So the slaver she's been arrested, by the way. Over and she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry.
I hope so. You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And
keep up the good work, Cole.
I wasn't expecting you back. All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Stay strong. Ah, my Lord Marquis.
Yote, is anything the matter?
My lord. Yes. It's your brother. His condition continues, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far, so I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades, and thankfully a recipe was found. The only problem, and our supplies are almost... Unless we can secure more soon. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you.
For Joshua, anything. So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth. The search continues for a new source.
So it's only that you can't reach it? The stonerwort itself is unharmed by the flood?
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, my lord. Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
Altair. Rodriguez worried about you. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse is almost finished. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without...
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy.
You wouldn't, Tyre. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
What do you reckon we should...
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
I suppose not.
Did I mention there'd be deadly beasts? There'll be deadly beasts. Nothing a trained assassin can't handle, though.
How reassuring.
You're welcome. For that and the shortcut. Maybe they're friendly like Torgal. Or maybe they're not.
It's over.
We still have a way to go.
Let's try and stay out of its path.
Remember when I said there'd be deadly beasts? Well, the shrubs will be found out more better.
And you only think to mention this now. That's enough.
Well, that's the undergrowth sorted. I'll take it from here. Mind your head.
It's over.
Must be a nest nearby. Keep your eyes open. Well, it appears we won't be going this way. I'll admit I hadn't counted on that.
What is it, boy? At least one of us knows these woods. Thank you, Torgal.
Well, they look none too happy. And for once, it's not more fun.
Yeah! Take care, Sid.
It's over.
Stay down! Get him, boy!
We did what had to be done.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No. No, it doesn't. This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your shortcut.
Still short, just not quite as quick. It'll be a damn sight quicker if you help me.
My sense exactly.
Clive, what exactly do you plan on doing when you find this dominant of fire?
What do you think? I'll show him the mercy he showed my brother, and cut out the tongue of any man who tries to talk me out of it.
All right. Forest dark enough as it is.
Don't let them get away!
bastards, boy!
At least they're not giant lizards.
Don't let them get away!
Come on.
Behind you!
Don't let them get away! Give them all you've got, boy!
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there. It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious. This place hasn't changed at all. He's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not...
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight. It's only right that I return the favor.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another cop... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, but this book... It set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Back again? Hippocrates knows of the weather. Allow me to educate you. Study it well, Clive. Very good.
Clive, my boy. Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
And you seek a rare gem indeed. One you've been talking to.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow.
The executors?
Coveters of secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and one such text being the tome Vivian seeks. Chronicling as it does, a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to, or so rumor has it. I've never actually read.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secrecy is they lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yeah.
But what drives them? Self-interest?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities.
And my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend, well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. But, though he did not mention it by name, it is possible, if you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. You wish to study the tomes? Did you learn everything you needed?
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
Thanks, Cal.
Kill! Stay down!
entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks? His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves. From knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book. For now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait! Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about. Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be. I fear the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief, and that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that as the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a
It did. Or its author. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that I, too, have always felt somehow. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be...
Do you still feel that way? That you're not... one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather... But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from... So if you'll permit me, I'd like to remember, Clive. When enough people believe, give the men and women of this benighted world The gift of truth.
I'll try, Vivian. It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
Oh, that blasted book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me.
Are you sure it's me?
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much. You remember Ivan's stew, right? So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed master...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone.
I've never been one to play so...
A fried mortress of skyworm. Recipe. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ivan said the recipe's in the culinary pill.
Ah, kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and if he does...
You do that. Let...
Sid, perhaps you can help.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. Mid-scale. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after that, my first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me, but if they were in the atrium when I last saw them...
Lawsman Hippocrates.
Yes. I expect you're wondering what this is.
You spoke of making amends with Dion.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was... Well, this was some years ago, of course. Before I joined... At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme to supervise the young prince's all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the Dragoons. I had not expected to meet with him again.
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations, and I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone. It is one of my greatest regrets, that I only ever offered him my wisdom and what he truly needed. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only...
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower, fabulists and fraudsters all, of course.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from, well, those which grow in the wild differ. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's Roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in a... Whether they still survive there, I know not.
It's all right. I'll find you a wyvern tail one way or another.
Thank you, Clive. And please...
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't...
Valisthea, the young man did a wonderful job with the chances.
That's actually why I'm here.
So the fabled sand... Now, Skyworm is somewhat... And
dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe...
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their head. I may add that people once believed...
Meaning that if I find...
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite.
Sid, do you...
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. And something else. Records from a Waluda...
How did she come back?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. And even better for her. Bearers with...
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned you. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow.
We'll be needing the Enterprise.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception. But we travel together, and we stay no longer than we have to.
Thank you, Sid. Chadwick. Another thought of him.
He must be very important to you.
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison. We should head there as quickly as we can.
As do I, Doris.
What do you reckon we should do?
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We just
like Miss Middledole showed us.
Because that's the only way to become a...
Miss Middledole said.
Well, then your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy and...
Speak for yourself.
You three need to learn to... So let's have a look at these parts. All right. Every piece has its own role to play. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. You already know one of the pieces.
These round parts are called the pans.
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchen, but these aren't for frying. But what if...
What are the...
Well spotted. Which means something must... This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that...
You're right.
You've ridden a chocobo...
Oh, think about it.
Hold...
Good thinking. This tiny piece is what's called...
I have.
She puts them in...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make...
I remember the arm moved.
It's not my fault.
You know what part's supposed to...
Not a bad idea. So, now that we've taken stock of the part...
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body.
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. And then the arms hold the pan.
Very good. Let's see if there. We'll finish.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah. Hairs for the future.
What do you think, Sid? Oh, you...
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley.
You hear that?
Until then.
Hey, look. We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it?
Well, Mets, this is the initiate.
At your service, Smart.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here.
Oh, of course. Thank you. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at
To become a scout, yeah?
I am. But I swore I'd face...
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found no magic, no support, just one man and his nose. It taught me what... And I've been training ever since.
I'm sure he'd be... You clearly...
So... what?
You haven't even... Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings and bring it
here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook, you'll need to assess the situation, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember. Gav isn't our best...
Know my limits. Right, I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out.
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Harrison said they take another 100.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Those things didn't fight like men.
Socrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. You're finished. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Ember. Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
The garrison said they'd take another 100.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember?
I thought I'd find... He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and... He was nowhere to be seen.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving you...
What? Wasn't that what you asked me, to bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid...
He did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision. You're right, boy.
You should have...
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go...
No. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey. But he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim.
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest... The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the... All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back...
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to... And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. And any mind can... But a scout's nose is different. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has... Wouldn't do to wait.
Fine.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But he's just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him. That time the curse breakers took some...
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been up. Next thing you know... chance would be a fine thing.
Forgive me, Sid. This...
But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
Well?
It was as you thought. But they dismantled them to see...
Oh, no, Mid will have my...
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her, although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry. I shall see that the...
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them. She'd have them following her.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spent...
She told me it was because her studies have been
No, to anyone else it would be an opportunity. But to Mid... But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last...
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life.
Oh, you've given them far more than that.
So, did you have...
I did, and he was as...
And what precisely will I be cooking up?
Blueback white.
Ah, why? Now then, let's hope these grand... And here we have it. Fried morch... Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for
And rightly so.
So, not fit for consumption.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flame.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking.
Decent. It's remarkable. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Clive, going purse weighing you down?
You're rubbing me blind, you know. Still alive, are you? Go on, then. I reckon I can find a buyer. Finished, are you?
Trouble with your gear, or so will it be?